Good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer. We should hopefully, if everything goes well, we should finish up this stream tonight. We have a short list of monsters that we need to go hunt down and see if we can get them to drop their rare items. We do have a fair amount of gear that would make that process fairly easy, I hope. But, you know, RNG is RNG. It could be super easy to get these drops. It could be very, very difficult. So what my plan is I'm going to spend this stream kind of working on that. If close to the end we don't have every single item, I'm going to go ahead and take out Drax so that we can end this stream. I'm not going to try to make you guys watch through the entire laborious process of farming every single piece, but we will hopefully be able to get everything that we can. Trial Chance is over here doing the dance of the Seven Veils wobble. That is the music for the library. So if we have time, if everything goes really well and we get the items super quickly, we will do a quick Richter run through the castle where we will take on the bosses as Richter Belmont. I see there's already some folks in chat. We have Dancer, we have Cass and Lydia, Trial Fan. Hope you guys are doing okay tonight. Let's see what we need to do. We're going to go ahead and put our Sword of Hador back on. Go. Here somewhere. There it is. In this randomizer run, the Sword of Hador, the Axe Lord Shield, and the Walk Armor are actually the Alucard set. And if you have all of those pieces, you get a huge bonus to your luck. And in this game, luck determines your the drop rate of items. So the more luck that you have, the easier it is for items to drop, and that makes it a lot easier to farm the things that you need. The downside is that it is not the strongest set of stuff, and in fact in the game it's actually pretty weak. So what you end up with is you end up with a lot of stuff that doesn't work all that great. Turn my volume down just a smidge because that is a little loud in mine. If you guys have any trouble hearing things, let me know and I'll tweak the volumes. Hello, Furious George. How's it going? Hello to Ambi June and hello to Vaylee. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Today is Friday the 13th. I was actually thinking about the old Friday the 13th NES game earlier today. And I don't have a copy of it at the moment. I need to pick one up. But I had that game when I was a kid. And it was infuriatingly difficult to figure out what exactly you were supposed to do in Friday the 13th for the NES. So I never got very far, but I really liked playing the game. I really liked the atmosphere of it. Furious George is Squirrel Lord from the Discord. Hello. I think you've said that before, and I always forget it. All right, so I've got a list of places that we need to go. And the first thing that we need, there is a large toad in the underground waterway. And I think it is the only creature in the underground waterway that I still need to get the item off of. So that's where we're going to head first. Vaylee says, doing okay here. This week was a little weird at work, but we got through it. I feel like I have been... Oh, this guy is immune to swords. That's not good. I feel like I have been one step behind all week. Oh. I feel like I'm playing this game very slowly right now because while I was working on it this week, I had kind of limited time to farm up a lot of the items that we needed. So what I did is I played the game on an increased speed. And now that I'm playing it on normal, it feels like it's going very, very slow. I'll adjust back to it pretty soon, though. All right, there is the large toad that we need to get, and there's 2 of them right here. 3 of them. Okay. Hopefully it won't take us too many hits to take care of these guys. Alfan said it just started to storm here. Bowsette said, dang it, no alert again. Sorry, Bowsette, but we are just getting started, so you haven't missed anything. We actually just got into the game just a second ago. We're currently using the Ghost Familiar, simply because I've gotten my Ghost, or my Sword and my Demon Familiar are already maxed out. So I figure while we are farming up items, I might as well try to see about getting the Familiars up to as high of a level as we can. I'm not going to worry about maxing them out on this run. I could probably do it because with the duplicator, it really doesn't take that long. But it's not something I'm really all that worried about. Bowsette, yeah. As far as 100% bestiary, the only 2 creatures that we don't have in the bestiary so far are Shaft and Dracula, and we'll get those right at the end. The bestiary itself is full. We just have a handful of monsters that we have to finish farming up the items on. So far, the large toads are being kind of stingy. But everything else on this run is complete. We have finished out the map. We have collected all the relics. So we should, like I said, if RNG is nice to us, we should be able to finish this up tonight. And I'm not going to, if it comes down to the end of it, like if we've been streaming for 4 hours or so and we still don't have every single item, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm probably just going to go ahead and beat the game. Because I would like to, next Friday, I want to start a Bloodstained Ritual of the Night stream. If you haven't watched it, I posted, I guess it was probably last week or so, I posted a reaction video to the to the announcement trailer for Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement, which is the prequel to Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, and it's planned to come out next year. Okay, so we got the meal ticket from the Toad. We got to get one more item from him. Bailey says, I still need to play Bloodstained, haven't gotten around to it. If you like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you will like Bloodstained. It plays very similarly. It does have a couple of different mechanics. It has sort of an Aria of Sorrow thing where you kind of collect souls from enemies to use as spells. But it otherwise plays very, very similar to Symphony of the Night. Ethan said, I saw that. Should do more vids like that. Yeah, I want to start doing some more traditional YouTube uploads. The big issue that I'm running into is time. I am finding that my since adding a 4th stream day, my available time for things has really kind of dropped considerably. I'm doing a lot on Blue Sky. I've got a tabletop role-playing game book that I'm working on at the moment, and that is taking up a fair amount of time. I actually got a piece of art that I had commissioned from an artist for that work, and it looks really, really cool. So if you are a Ko-fi member, you can actually check that out in the VIP channel on Discord. Because I just posted that earlier today. Yeah, Bailey, make sure that if you get Bloodstained, do not grab the Switch version of it, because it is a very poor port. It has a lot of performance issues. If you can get it on a different platform or on PC, that's going to be your best way to play it. Unfortunately, the port for Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night for the Nintendo Switch was done by an outside company, and for whatever reason, it has never worked well, and they haven't really done anything to fix it, and it doesn't look like they're going to. So now, if they do a port for the Switch 2, there's possibility that might be better if it's not based on the original Nintendo Switch port. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Come on, Froggy. Drop your item. Bailey says, don't worry, I was planning on getting it on PC regardless. That's where I have the rest of my Castlevania games already, so it seems fitting for me. Yeah. If you are on the PC version, you can actually install a couple of mods for Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night. They don't have a huge modding community, but they do have a couple. A lot of them are cosmetic mods. There's one, I think, that kind of like there's a couple that increase, like drop rates and experience. There's one that I have used in the past. I probably won't use it for stream, but there's one that I've used in the past that increases your the speed at which you run. Alzette says, dude, I got it day one for the Switch. You think it's bad now? You should have played it back then. They've done optimization for it years ago, so the clock tower is better now. And screen transitions are better, but it crashes sometimes with Miriam. That's terrible considering that Miriam is the main character. Like, you kind of almost anticipate that there will be some weird bugginess with secondary characters, but if they can't even get the if they can't even keep it from crashing with the main character of the game, that's bad. All right, folks, so since today is Friday the 13th, I want to know what your favorite horror movies are. And that can be classic horror movies, it can be more modern ones. What are your favorite horror movies? Cass says Hereditary was fun. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. I'll try to focus on just doing these two toads right here. I think it might save us a little bit of time. Bailey says, do parody horror movies count? I don't really watch too many horror movies, but I've seen a few parody ones that come to mind immediately. Sure. What are your favorite horror movies or parodies of horror movies? Let's go with that. This is kind of one of those things where, like, people argue up and down whether it's horror or sci-fi, and I consider it to be both. But the original Aliens movie, I consider that to be a horror movie. It's not a particularly, like, terrifying one, but I consider it to be horror. Now, Aliens 2 is very much like an action movie, but the first Aliens movie is definitely a horror film in my opinion. Alzette says Friday the 13th, NOES, scary stories to tell in the dark. There was a movie that I saw on, I think it was on Netflix a couple years ago, and I don't remember the name of the movie, unfortunately, but it was about a train that stops in the middle of like, it breaks down in the middle of nowhere at night, and there are werewolves that attack the train, and it was really well done. It was a very good horror film. I wish I could remember the name of it now. Bailey says Scary Movie was the first to come to mind. Scary Movie is classic. I liked Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers was good. Fan says parody would be Young Frankenstein. Yes, absolutely. Young Frankenstein is such a good film. Favorite horror would be probably Aliens 3? Really? That's interesting. Aliens 3 was okay. I don't know that I would consider it. It's definitely not my favorite in the Aliens franchise. Trial Fan says that movie is called Howl. Okay, well, I guess that's fitting. Curious George says, have you seen Black Sheep? I don't think I have. These toads are being obnoxious. We're 30 minutes in and they haven't even dropped the item that we need. And I have maxed out luck and random items, so. Give them another couple of runs and then we will move on to one of the other creatures that we have to find. Fan says, I like classic Universal Studios monsters also. Yeah, I do too. I was doing some planning at the coffee shop the other day, and I was thinking about what I want to do in October. And I think I'm going to do some streams based on those classic horror monsters. There's actually a Super Nintendo game that was based on the 1994 Kenneth Branagh Frankenstein film. I've never played the game. I've heard that the game is actually a little bit terrible, but I want to do that one. I definitely think we will probably play the Friday the 13th NES game. And I'm not sure, we may do a couple others. I might do some like modern horror game. I don't play a lot of horror games, to be honest, but I think it might be kind of fun to do for Halloween. Furious George says it's pretty much what's on the box about a killer sheep. There you go. Alright, I don't think this frog is going to drop what we need, so I think we're probably going to move on. He dropped a meal ticket, which is not the item that we need. We need the other one. I don't know if the stat randomizer, because the way this randomizer works, it randomizes the enemy stats, which is why you see the weird little gobbledygook in the bottom right corner. I don't know if that affects drop rates as well. It is possible that it might. I think it just is supposed to affect. I think it is just supposed to affect the I think it's just supposed to affect like their health and damage and that kind of stuff. It does affect the items that they drop. So like, yeah, Baljet says, I always get brass knuckles and pizza from the frogs. Yes, normally in the base game you do. But in this case, like, the small frogs drop green tea and the luminous sword, and the randomizer so far has given meal ticket to the big toads, but I'm not sure what Cass says, I would imagine not. Most randomizers look out for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't think it would affect it, but what was that? Is that another meal ticket? It was either a meal ticket or a library card. That'd be funny if it had both of them. It was not a library card because I know I had 7 of them, so we just got another meal ticket off of it. Bowsette says, don't forget duplicator and meal ticket. I did do the duplicator and meal ticket trick and got basically everything that I could get off of that. So we already have those items. But he says, Wobble, how many old movies do I have to watch for the party stream? I mean, you're on summer break right now, so you really don't have any excuse not to be watching a bunch of really awesome 80s movies. So, you know, I would just suggest that you watch a lot of them. Palset says, who was under Dracula's castle with brass knuckles and a whole pizza in a box? DoorDash. I feel like that's kind of a party. I mean, if you're starting off with pizza and brass knuckles, you're planning on having a good time. Somebody else is probably not going to have a good time, but... Alright, we're going to give up on the toads. They do not want to give us the item that we need. Try the toads right here and just see. I doubt it'll make a difference, but Lydia, do you like scary movies? How's that said? Konami predicted DoorDash is canon now. Maybe they had a marketing deal with Domino's back in the day. Lydia says, I haven't seen any. What? You haven't seen any scary movies? Hey, Lydia, did you see the announcement about Spaceballs? Bowsette says someone should mod Dominoes into the game. Aha! We got it! Okay. We got a Terminus S sword, which we already had. So that is one enemy off of our list. Cass says, all right, friends, it's time for me to get into character. Have a good stream. Stay in vegetables. Eat your drugs. Don't do school. Think you're a little out of sorts there, Cass, but have a wonderful game of D&D, and we will catch up with you later. Okay, so now we finally have that part. Let's go. Let's see, what's the best way to get out of here? Because guess we'll head down to the warp room. Oh yeah, library card would be faster, wouldn't it? Curious George says, I should be doing game prep myself, but distracted by this and playing City of Heroes. Lydia says, Wobble, name me one scary movie and I will watch it. Go watch the original Friday the 13th. Getting smacked all over the place. Furious George says Event Horizon. Event Horizon might be a little much. Lydia is 13, so we may wait on that one a little while. All right, we need to go to Orox's quarter. I think. Yeah, we need to go to Orox's quarters. Trial fan says, Lydia, check with your mom first. Yeah. Trow fan says, Lydia might like We Have Always Lived in the Castle. That sounds familiar. All right, let's go with the sword. We gotta get this poltergeist to drop an item. Crowfan says it's by Shirley Jackson, if memory serves. Movie and the book are good. I might have read the book. I think I read the book. Actually, I'm almost certain that I read the book. Lydia, tell us some urban legends. Worst thing about farming some of the monsters in Castlevania, and this is true of any Castlevania game, and even like games like Bloodstained has the problem, but sometimes you run into enemies like this where the closest doorway is further away than the time it takes to kill the enemy. Trialfan says Maricat is the name of the main character. Does that sound familiar? Yes, it does. I did read that book. Lydia says La Llorona, Sleeping Woman. Is that one Mexican? Spanish, I guess. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a helicopter flying nearby. Always kind of shakes the house a little bit when they do. You gotta give us more details than that, Lydia. Tell us more about her. Alright, so we got resist stone and we got cheese. I think those are the two items that we needed off of that one. So next we gotta go for... the next one is going to be, I think it's going to be the Sword Lords in the clock tower. It'll actually take us back to the outer wall, because that's going to be probably the quickest way to get to them. Actually, no, I can go this way. This will actually be the quicker way to get to those monsters. Could be, no, I think it's the next room. I think it's the next room. So these guys are weird because they drop different items in their physical form, and then after they die, then the blue ghosty form shows up. The physical form has its own item drops, and then the ghost form has its own item drop. And unfortunately, the ghost form, I think, only shows up here. Got a potion off of it. Lydia says she was married to this guy who cheated, so in a fit of rage, she drowned her 2 kids, and from grief, she drowned herself. She was then cursed to roam the land looking for her lost kids. Wow. That doesn't sound like a pleasant time. You're like, lady, you should know where you put them. Probably still there. So the karma coin that just dropped is off the physical form of the sword lord, and if we get a leather shield, that's off of them too. So we need something other than a leather shield, karma coin, or potion. Lydia says she will say, my children, have you seen my children? If she hears you cry, she will think that you are her lost children. Well, so no crying around the creepy drowned lady. Which is honestly, you know, probably pretty good advice for most things in life. If you ever find yourself presented with a malevolent ghost who wants to drown you, crying is probably not the most effective method of action to deal with that situation. Hi, SCD. Welcome in. How you doing? SCD, we are talking about scary movies and urban legends today, since it's Friday the 13th. And we are trying to farm up the last couple of items for this Castlevania Symphony of the Night run. And then we will defeat Dracula and be done with this series. SCD says, I'm doing good, thanks. And you? I am doing pretty well. It's been a very busy week. I got kind of a late start on getting ready for my stream today. But it's been a pretty good day overall. It hasn't been too bad. How's that? I'll have to look that one up later. I'm not familiar with that one. If it's not safe for work, let's not mention it on stream, and I'll look that one up later on. The thing that's always kind of tricky with the randomizers is some enemies in the game, like the item that they drop is just a bag of gold, and so it's really kind of hard to tell. Trial Fan says, Wobble, had you heard of this? The mass arrest of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13th, 1307, further solidified the belief of the unluckiness of Friday the 13th. Yes, I did know about that. Although the whole thing about the Knights Templar, there's a whole lot of untruth to the stuff that you find about it. But there was a big arrest of some Knight Templar figures on that date. This is kind of an annoying enemy to farm for this item because, first off, the section that you're moving through, you have to do all these jumps, and it's not really just a straight shot. And then the second thing is you have to wait for the animation of the physical form of the Knight Lord, or the Sword Knight, Sword Armor, whatever his name is. You have to wait for that to disappear before the ghost form appears. So, not exactly my favorite enemy to farm. Fan says there's usually a lot of myth to superstition though, right? Yeah, definitely. Lydia says, Bowsette, there's too many urban legends from Japan. Yeah, Japanese mythology has a lot of really cool figures. Filipino mythology has some really messed up monsters too. I know that's not really the same thing as urban legends, but Filipino mythology is on a whole nother level compared to some other ones. As it says, Teki Teki is sort of like Ju-on from The Grudge, but she was cut in half. Yeah. Lydia says, I know about the Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil is a pretty cool urban legend. There's a Jersey Devil horror movie that was pretty good, if I remember. I think I like that one. Lydia, have you heard of Spring-Heeled Jack? Guess we're getting into kind of cryptid territory, but I'm here for it. You should look up Spring-Heeled Jack. That's a good one. All right, so we got another Sword of Dawn, which is not really the item I was expecting. But that means that these guys are done. Okay, so where do we need to go next? We need to go Sword Lord Ghost. We got the Poltergeist. We need to go take out the Gurkha, which is... I think we can find one in the entrance. Trial Fan says Mothman. Yeah, Mothman's a good one too. There was a Mothman movie with Richard Gere. It was okay. I'm not a huge fan of Richard Gere by any means, but the movie was not too bad. Lydia says, I know about an urban legend here in Alabama. Let me guess. You are talking about Hugging Molly. All right, so let's get back down to the entrance. And we can go to that section above, go to that section above where the mermen spawn. And I think there's a Gurkha up there. I think there's one up here somewhere. Yep, right there. This should be, I think, the last... I think this is the last enemy in the normal castle that we have to get. I think all the rest of them are in the inverted castle. Lydia says wobble. I know the other one too. What's that one? Okay, we got shortcake. Me dude. How's that said? I almost forgot about Gashtakuro. Not familiar with that one. And the Dark Shield, so that was quick. Alright, so now we need to head back to... We need to head back to the inverted castle. Lydia says, like and subscribe or I'll eat your food. It's the scariest urban legend. I think when I started this stream, I was at 345 subscribers. It would be really cool to hit 350 tonight. That would be a lot of fun. Bowsette says Japanese giant skeleton. Oh, okay, yeah, I do know that one. Lydia says you got to 345 because of me. I did. Thank you for that. It has been really helpful having you share my stream with all of your friends. Konami held a press event the other day, and some of the some streamers I was following were thinking that we were going to get another Castlevania game. Unfortunately, we did not, but they are going to do a remake of Silent Hill, so you know, that's kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna go for the entrance here because there are a couple of creatures that we need. We need to get some stuff from the Dodo and the Ouroboros that are in the early parts of the entrance. Leah says, I just sent the stream to more of my friends. Thank you. Hey, come back here, Dodo. Dodo ran away. Lydia's Trial Fan says, Lydia, there's another spooky movie you might watch. It's called I Still See You, that stars Bella Thorne. I don't know if I've seen that one. This is kind of a good spot because we get both the Dodo and the Ouroboros that we need are right here. Just mildly annoying to kill them both. Okay, so we got a toadstool from the Dodo. One of the items down. 400 gold. That is almost certainly one of the drops from the Ouroboros. You don't usually see $400 gold bags drop from enemies unless it's one of their special items. So we're on the lookout for 2 more items, and we'll see what they are. $69 viewers. Nice. You know, we talked all about cryptids, and we didn't even talk about the Big Daddy. We need to talk about Bigfoot. Have you ever had a Bigfoot sighting? Or have you ever been out in the woods and had a really weird experience? Let's do that. Doesn't necessarily have to be Bigfoot related. Okay, so we got a sword off the dodo. What do we get? I think it was a Takamitsu. We already have. Yeah, it was something we already have. I think it was Takamitsu. Let's change things up a little bit. Try the Power of Sire and the Duplicator. See if that kills these guys faster than turning into... Yeah, it does. In some cases, even using the lower luck value is worth it if you can kill the enemy faster. Because you can get more potential drops that way than taking the time to kill them the slow way with more luck. Bowsette said, for me, orbs of light, no, I don't mean lightning bugs, sounds of battle, and horse hooves in the middle of the night while I was stationed in Kansas. I've had a couple of weird times when I was out hiking when like everything would just become super, super quiet. Like you would stop hearing birds, you wouldn't hear bugs. It was, and you just get like this really weird, unsettling feeling. But nothing that I could ever really like pin down. Hi, Chipmunk. Chipmunk, we are talking about scary movies and urban legends and cryptids and all that good stuff today. What is your favorite scary movie, Chipmunk? Chipmunk says, I'm gonna go with Ernest Scared Stupid. I love the Ernest movies. I haven't seen them in years. Need to go watch those. Chipmunk says, not really scary, but it's the right vibe and it fits for me. Yeah. Bowsette says, yeah, that was the first thing, the stillness, it's unsettling. Wasn't all in the same night, and the horse hooves were near an abandoned stable. I won't say were because most people aren't allowed to go there. I won't say where. Lydia says, for me, it was getting flour from the trees in the woods close to my house. I do it all the time, but one day it was different. Different how, Lydia? Trial Fan says, no Bigfoot, but my dad used to tell me about a legend called the Wampus Cat that he said would howl in the woods at night. He heard about it from his father. The Wampus Cat, originally comes from some Native American legends, I think. Bowsette says, wasn't the Wampus Cat based on cougars? The howl of the Wampus Cat was most likely cougars because of the sounds that they make. Retro D, hello, hello. How are you doing today, D? Chipmunk says, the cougar sound from Red Dead Redemption 2 is the scariest sound in the world. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. I played the first one. I need to play the second one. It looks amazing. One of these days I'll grab it when it's on sale. He says, doing all right. Hope you had a great Friday. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I've been very busy this week. And so I'm kind of looking forward to unwinding a little bit with some streams over the weekend. We are talking about scary movies and urban legends and cryptids and things like that, D. You have any favorite horror movies? As it said, a friend and myself were playing where I used to live one day, and we came into close contact with a wild bobcat. That was insane. Animal control just barely caught it. Bobcats can be surprisingly mean for their size. Like, they're not big, but they can be, like, not big compared to other big cats, I guess I should say. Like, obviously, if you run across a bobcat in the woods, they're a lot bigger in person than you think they are. But like people think of big cats like lions and tigers and stuff like that, and bobcats can be downright vicious. He says, I like The Ring and The Grudge. Okay, so we got some ice cream from the Ouroboros. D, how do the American versions of The Ring and The Grudge compare to the Japanese versions? Do you think that they're like pretty fair translations of them, or do they miss a lot? He says, I think the US versions are as good as the Japanese ones. So we need one more item drop from the Ouroboros, and then we're done here. If we can get him to drop it. He says, I like the US Grudge better than the Japanese one. I don't think I've seen the Japanese version of The Grudge. I know I saw the Japanese version of The Ring. Lydia said, there are normally noises from the neighbors across the street, but this time there were none. They were home, but I heard something different singing. Ooh. I just read your thing, Lydia. Chill. It is very easy when I'm playing for me to miss messages, so if I miss something, just send it again. I try to read everybody's message. Bowsette says, I'll never forget the roar that Bobcat made, though. That stuff's crazy. It was scary. Yeah, I bet. They have a wild sound. I haven't really come across any, like, weird wild animals or anything in the woods. I used to wander the woods quite a bit, so mostly just like deer and stuff like that would suddenly run across your path. That says wild coyotes make a creepy sound too. Yeah, I hear coyotes every once in a while from my house. Trial fan says Bowsette's bobcat was probably the real version of the Wampus cat. Yeah, there's a good chance of that. If you look up like illustrations of the Wampus cat, you can definitely see how there's probably some bobcat inspiration in that too. This Ouroboros does not want to drop its last item. Give it another couple times and then we'll head on. We have other monsters to fight. I really want to find the chrysogram this time, but if we don't find it, that would be a little disappointing. It still hasn't dropped from anything yet, so who knows. Got some more ice cream. Lydia says, breaking news, Wobble has favorites. I do. I absolutely have favorites. Bowsette said, had to grab my friend and push him behind me because he looked up terrified. I was no more than 5 feet from the dang thing. How old were you guys? Bowsette says, for those that don't know, when a bobcat pedals, it's a threat for an incoming attack. Yeah. A lot of animals have different behavior like that they'll do when they're sort of preparing. All right, we're gonna let the Ouroboros keep his second item, and we're gonna head on. I'm going to take a really quick break. I'm going to grab some more coffee and take a bio break. I will be back in just a few minutes. While I'm gone, do me a huge favor if you would like to. If you're enjoying the stream, send a link to the live stream to somebody else. It really helps the channel and it helps bring in new viewers. So grab some snacks, take a smoke break if you need to, whatever you need to do. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you very much. All right, we are back. Hello, Stonehome Games. Welcome in. Normally, there is a thank you to my Ko-fi members on that break page, but I didn't get a chance to get it updated for this profile in OBS. So, huge thank you to all of my Ko-fi members, folks like Stonehomie and Lodame, Gusty and Goblin Drew, and everybody else. That really helps support the channel. It is one of the things that keeps us in operation, and I can't thank them all enough. And Dramatic Chipmunk, who is in the chat right now. Stonehome Games says... Trial Fan says, Stonehome, we're discussing scary movies and cryptids for Friday the 13th. Stonehome says, excellent topics. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so Bigfoot is popular fella out here. All right, so we are about 2 hours into this stream. We have not had good luck with the RNG. So I think what we are going to do, I'm going to make my way to the center of the castle. We are going to go ahead and take out Dracula, and then we are going to start a run as Richter Belmont. And that will be very quick. Richter doesn't play the same as Alucard. You don't have to level him up. So he can sort of rush through the map pretty easily and take out the bosses pretty quick. Bowsette says RNGesus is not on your side. No, it is not, because things have not gone well for us this run as far as that goes. But that's okay. We won't get our completion of all the items in the game, but I feel like we've done pretty well on this randomizer run. Considering all the parameters that this randomizer had. Stonehome Games says, it was a long day, so I took a nap. Now I'm going to play some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles roguelike. Bowsette says, I can't stand the second castle with Richter. We'll see how a Richter run goes, because I haven't played Richter mode in a very, very, very long time. I don't know if we'll beat it or not, but it is not something that I've done very, very long. Stonehome Game says it's called Splintered Fate. It pretty much is a Hades ripoff that's up to 4 players. Been fun so far. I'll have to give that one a shot. That sounds cool. I like Hades. Bowsette says, I hope you can do the blade dash. I can do the blade dash pretty well. It's not something that I can do like super consistently. All right, so the ending sequence of the game, you actually have two boss fights sort of back to back. You fight Shaft in his real form, which is he was the evil sorcerer that was controlling Richter when we first defeated the normal castle. And then we have to take on the big bad Dracula himself.
You have done well in making it this far. I would expect no less from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont?
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft.
Shaft!
This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power. But if two vampire hunters were to fight each other...
But Belmont's power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
Has it indeed? We'll see what happens after I destroy your weak human side.
That wasn't hard.
You claim to
Chipmunk
love the
says, so I
darkness.
made some financially
Go then and
irresponsible
dwell there
retro
for all
gaming
eternity.
decisions today.
But my goal is achieved.
What'd you get?
Count Dracula has come to purify this corrupt world with the searing flames of chaos.
I may now own Pokemon Colosseum, Mega Man 7, and Mega Man X3. Oh, those are all good ones to own, though. Mega Man 7 was really good. I like that one.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again!
Behold my true form and despair!
He's got all kinds of health. Wow. The randomizer buffed him up. Apologies for all the flashy effects, but
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How? How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew 16:26, I believe. Tell me, what What were Lisa's last words?
She said, "Do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm, for theirs is already a hard lot." She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
Yay! Then the castle falls apart. Bowsette said, "I wish there was a reboot of Castlevania based on this storyline." Yeah, that would be cool. They really could do a lot more with the whole Alucard and the whole family history sort of thing. It would be, I would really like to see like a prequel game where you see
So you made it.
Alucard during the moment, like
I'm glad you're all right.
leading up to his mother.
Sorry. 'Tis my
getting
fault
burned
you
at the
had
stake.
to fight your own father.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell then. We'll not meet again.
Alucard,
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
I'm sorry. I can't let him disappear from my life.
It's all right. Go after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter. Fare thee well.
And yourself, dear lady.
Yay!
Just like the wind, I've always been drifting high up in the sky.
All right, we're gonna fast forward through the credits because they're ridiculously long in this game. Chipmunk says, "What's on deck for tomorrow's stream?" We will be doing Super Castlevania 4, which is the Castlevania game for the Super Nintendo. All right, so we are going to go with Richter. This mode is more like your classic Castlevania. You don't have a menu screen, you don't have anything like that, so you just kind of have to get through the game. You don't level up. You do increase your health. But the only way to increase your health is by the health up. And this is not going well already. I have never been good at playing Richter. As it says, the mobile version is much worse, basically 2-hit death at the start. Chipmunk says, all right, folks, I got to run and do other pre-birthday stuff, but I promise to try to stop by tomorrow and see Castlevania 4. I expect Wobble to be in rare form for my birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Chipmunk, and we will see you tomorrow. That stream starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. I forgot to grab the I forgot to grab the axe. Ralphan said, so Wobble, when you do your Ko-fi thank you screen, you can't save it. You can, but because of the way I've got things set up in OBS, I have a different profile set up for each system that I play on. And you have to set it up manually for each profile. So in this case, I've got it set up for my NES and Super NES and Minecraft streams. I just didn't get it set up for my PlayStation. I'll have to fix that in the future. Yeah, come on. don't know why I'm bothering to collect gold. Richter can't use the Librarian. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Gotta find a save point. Richter unfortunately never gets a double jump, so some places in the castle are going to be a little bit trickier to navigate than others. But he does have the uppercut, so I guess it kind of all works in the same way. I thought I had a The goal here is to just kind of rush through and defeat all the bosses. Ouch. Dang it, he got me. I need to find holy water somewhere. Okay, what we'll go yeah, Marble Gallery first. Oh, I forgot that's open. Ah, come on. The tricky thing with the randomizer is that they still have some of the weird immunities. I gotta get to a save room. Oh, the problem is it probably won't be there because of the randomizer. Oh, I see it. Yeah. No! Dang it. Okay, now we got it. There we go. Now we have the most ridiculous attack in the game. The rest of this should go quite a bit easier. Go save, and then we'll take on Orox. Nope. If you are new to the channel, I hope that you will hit that like button. It really helps get the video in front of other eyes. Oh, come on. Plus, you get to see wonderful things like this, like me dying to Orox. And if I had paid more attention to him using the little laser beam thing, so part of the reason that the enemies are out of whack is because of the randomizer. Some enemies have a ton of attack power. Some enemies have decreased attack power from what they normally do. So that's a substantial difference from the base version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Come on. Feel here. What am I messing up here? That was way too far out. There we go. I was trying to start it too far back. There we go. Got him. Fan says, "Good night, Wobble. We'll catch you tomorrow night. 2 doctor's appointments in 2 days has me tired out." Good night, Wobble fam. Remember to hit the like button. Bye, Trial Fan. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. What? Oh, come on. I wasn't paying attention to my health. Oh. You can go from doing very well to very not well very quickly in this game. I know, I gotta fight Orox again. Balsas says, "Get good." On. There it goes. This is gonna be tight. Oh. Nope. I should have hit him with the whip. This is what I get for going after Orox before going after like some of the easier bosses. Have I mentioned that I'm not great at playing Richter? I really should do more Richter modes just to get better at it. Balzat said, "Just so you know, he's not required." Yeah, I know he's not required, but it feels wrong to not fight him. What actually is required in a Richter run as far as bosses go? If I hadn't stood there and let him shoot me in the back. I gotta be careful. Lydia's gonna start counting my deaths again. There we go. All right, let's try not to die this time. Shaft is kind of a pain with Richter anyway. He can one-shot you with no health ups? Yeah, I believe that. The knights in the hallway here can too, especially if they crit you. Yeah. Oh, good lord. Things are not looking good right now. Vander says, I'm glad I can see this game live, because believe it or not, I've never played Symphony of the Night. I know it's possibly the best in the series, so I've been missing out on this one. So this is Richter mode in a Symphony of the Night randomizer, which is why Richter is green right now. He's normally blue. All right, let's see if we can get to this save room without dying with our like 2 health that we have. No! Oh. No, what got me was the stupid back jump, the somersault. If you're on the stairs, he doesn't slide. He automatically goes into the somersault, and I somersaulted directly into that guy's little dagger thing that he throws. Forgot about that. Mm-mm-mm. Xander, which oh my gosh! We didn't save after Orox again? Man, that makes me so mad. Why did you people let me do this to myself? Bowser says you can blade dash uphill. Yeah, I forgot about that. You blade dash through here? No, you can't. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't save after this. Hi, Orox. Not really happy to see you again, but, you know, is what it is. Have I mentioned that I do not like Richter mode? Oh my lord. This will be the, what, 5th time that we're fighting Orox now? Oh my gosh. Lots of get good moments. Starting the fight with lower health because I ran into the frickin' horseman is probably not a great way to go either. Drew Makes, welcome in. You're just in time to see me die several times as Richter. Lydia says, can you play as the girl? Unfortunately, not in this version. There are other versions where you can. Thank gosh for maximum health ups. It would be fun to do the Saturn version at some point. I wonder if they've got a randomizer for Saturn yet. Lydia says, remember to save. Yes. No! 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 I lost my my holy water. Accidentally grabbed the cross. Which is not terrible, but the holy water is much better. Okay, we saved the game. Drew says, just in time to see you win. How are you doing today, Drew? How's your week been? Drew says, good. I'm at a big friend reunion with steaks on the barbecue. Oh man, that sounds good. Need some good grilled steaks sometime soon. I gotta remember to dodge more as Richter. I can't just face tank things the way I can with Alucard. Like a whole different play style. Drew makes steaks and steaks. Really? Come on. Anders says I could get it on mobile, but I just checked, and Symphony of the Night is also on PS4. I'll probably get it on that. I have both the PS4 and PS5 hooked up at the moment. I wish it was on Switch, though. That would be perfect. Okay, if I don't do dumb things, we could probably actually make some progress now. Narrator, you will still do dumb things. Hey, we got our holy water back. Xander says, I've only ever played a handful of Castlevania games. First one I played was Castlevania 64. Then I got Dawn of Sorrow on the DS, then Lords of Shadow on the PS3. I got Lords of Shadow 2, but never got around to playing it. It's my PS3 stopped reading discs when the PS4 came out. That sounds like planned obsolescence. I liked Lords of Shadow. I didn't, I haven't played Lords of Shadow 2 either. I do have it though. Really? Guards against that too? I'm gonna get past this guy. Here we go. I do need to play the other games in the Lords of Shadow series, though. I really liked the first one. It was like, what if Castlevania meets God of War? And that was just such a good, good combination. Anders says, Castlevania Netflix series is really good. I saw the first 2 seasons. Really gory the way I like it. I think there's 4 seasons altogether. I liked the first series. I haven't watched Castlevania Nocturne, but I really enjoyed the first series. I like the 3rd and 4th season. They do deviate a little bit from the original storyline, but I think they're still worth watching. There's some really great scenes in All right, let's take on Doppelganger. One of my biggest gripes about this game is that in Richter mode, when you fight the Doppelganger, it's, well, you'll see in a second. You still fight Alucard. You don't actually fight a Doppelganger of Richter. Oh, dang it. I missed out on a health up because I didn't wait for it. Oh well. We'll just have to try harder. Go take out the lesser demon. I haven't actually had a Netflix subscription in a while. Oh, I'm going that way. Shouldn't be anything over there that I need. You mean like up top? Up here? Or might be. I don't know. Look. Oh. That was kind of a waste of a Hydro Storm, but whatever. No, there's not. Oh, if you mean at the entrance, there might be. I'm not sure about that. Again, though, with the randomizer, everything's all jumbled around. We can check though, because I'm going to go back to the chapel anyway, so it's not too far out of our way to go check the entrance. Run up here so I can grab the save room. Or not. Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? I am exhausted. It has been a ridiculously long day. I think I'm gonna call it. We didn't make it through all the bosses. We made it through a few of them. I am bone tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off of here. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'm gonna go to bed early, I think. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, though. Brittany says this doesn't look very Castlevania-y. It is very Castlevania-y, and I am actually in the process of signing out. But tomorrow we have even more Castlevania fun. We are going to play Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo, which is another one that I enjoy. So make sure that you guys check out that. We also have coming up on our Discord channel, which I'm dropping a link to in the chat right now. We are going to watch UHF with Weird Al. It's a 1989 comedy. We'll be watching that at 9 p.m. Eastern on June 21st in Discord. So if you want to catch us for movie night, be sure to join the Discord. We have a great group. We have a lot of nerds on there, and it's always a fun time. So we will catch you guys later on. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow for Super Castlevania 4.